How do you feel about him right now doing stand-up and shit?
I think it's cool. We'll see where he's at in a year.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Did you see the whole Godfrey thing? You know,
I did initially. I did see it. I didn't think he was dissing him. He do be talking a little.
He talks a little
spicy.
crazy. That's what I'm saying.
But it's like initially I was like, yo, this is. I didn't think of it like that, but then I thought of it from the perspective
from a regular
of
nigga's
T.I.
perspective.
No,
Exactly.
I thought of it from a T.I. perspective, but then I heard the words again. He was like, yo, I'm not about to listen to. I'm not about to. This is like, why are you doing all that? It's like
that's what I'm saying.
He was like
the impressions. I think the impressions is what makes it disrespectful.
He's like, nah. He's like, yo. So T.I. comes. He's like, and I ain't watch him because I stick by a code. Like,
yeah, like
I'm
what are you
like-
talking about? Like, oh, I can't watch somebody who can't do something better than I can do. And it's I understand to a certain
You're just
level.
making. I feel like he made comedy sound just corny when he did that. Like it's just like you're making this holier than thou thing. It's like you tell Joe, all right, it's comedy's hard, yes, but it's like, come on, don't
be like
let him get
overly
up
dramatic.
there if you're gonna shit on him. Like,
Nah, I feel you, but I mean, it's also too.
he also didn't want to get his ass beat in Atlanta, probably.
Yes,
yeah.
I think that's also, and I think it's just like. I agree with him on some level. I kind of agree with both of them. Where it's like I agree with him. It is an art form, and this, that, and the third.
I just think he went too far when it's like at first he was just talking about him. It was like yeah, he's figuring it out. But it's like when you get into the point where it's like, but I ain't gonna watch him.
Exactly. And I also
because he don't do it better than me.
I think too, like Godfrey can be a little bit of like a shit talker kind of dude. Like,
it's like, why are you saying that? You wouldn't say that about any other comedian that, like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Or
it's like, you don't do this better than me. Like,
well, then I don't really know though, because I've seen some clips of Godfrey before, and he's talked a little smack about a couple of people. Like he had one thing about Chappelle's after party. Supposedly Chappelle was like drunk as fuck and saying like, none of you are better than me.
Oh no. Yeah.
Were you there that night? Because there was a bunch of like comedians.
Was that the most recent one?
It wasn't the most recent one at the stand. It was like another spot.
No, I mean it was like I went to one where it was what is the name of that place? Marquee?
Yeah, I think it was at Marquee. Yeah,
I was there.
Like, and he got on stage,
he
right?
Said some shit like,
which one of you niggas is gonna be better than me?
He's like, comedy's a bitch. I'll fuck her the best, or some shit I was there. He's like, I'll fuck her the best.
And Godfrey was talking about that.
He said some shit like, and you could come. He said some shit where it was like,
this nigga was in his bag.
Try to take her from me. He yo.
But that's the whole thing, bro. People don't realize. Like, I think T.I. doesn't realize. Like, comedy is a lot closer to rap than I think people think. Comedians are a lot like rappers, except they can't fight.
Yeah.
That's really what it is they talk just as much shit, except nobody's gonna like punch each other. People don't pull out guns, but they talk just as much shit.
It's just like, relax, man.
Like you ever hang out with a comedian like after you guys like went up, you guys are getting some shit to eat, the amount of shit you're talking about, all the other comedians sounds like a fucking rap cipher.
Yeah.
This nigga's garbage. He can't do shit. Why'd he go up before me?
My group chat crazy.
Right? It gets a little grimy.
It get crazy.
It gets a little grimy in there.
They passed this motherfucker.
Yeah, right? That nigga, what?
Yeah.
So I think that's like a major thing. And I think like, I think T.I., I was watching his live and he was like, I did comedy because I wanted to, I did comedy because I wanted to relax. I was like, nigga, you picked the wrong job for that. This is the opposite of that. You will not get any relaxation.
Have you seen his footage?
No, but I could guess that it's not that great.
It's not.
But it's also, he's only been doing it a couple months. It's not his fault that the nigga's super famous.
Somebody said to tell people to stop recording you. That was a good,
That is very, very true. That is very, very true because there's no reason for them to clown him.
I think Schultz probably said that or something like that.
Okay.
Somebody said that, but stop. It's like he has no jokes yet. He just has all the stage presence. It's like you T.I. People are listening to you,
already.
It's like he got all the setup, but it's just he don't know how to write a joke yet.
But also too, it's like he'll get there. Like if you just take enough time working at it, you will get better. It doesn't mean that you'll be fucking hilarious, but you'll get better and you'll be able to craft things together.
It depends how much you care about it.
Exactly. And I think if he's putting like a lot of energy into it, it might not be so bad. Like I think people are just waiting to clown him because they're just salty that he already has an immediate fan base.
That's what anything though. If you succeed in this, like in the area, and you try to go somewhere else, people always try to shit on you. You know what I mean? Exactly, they always be like, "Come on, why are you trying to be greedy, man?" Like when Michael Jordan tried to play baseball, like, "Yo, come on, man! Yeah. Like, what are you?"
But it's also too. It's just like, bro. Like, I think it's all just a little bit childish from a lot of people, where they're just jealous that like if he was, because T.I. could put out a comedy album right now, and he'd probably sell 1 million copies, just because he's T.I. So there's niggas that have been doing comedy for like 10 years who can't sell 10 copies. And they're looking at him like, oh, what the fuck about that? But it's like, bro, it's not his fault that he was great at one thing, tried that, and now has notoriety. Yeah. I think if anything, it's a good thing because, T.I., I don't know the person personally, but he seems like a dude who he actually does seem to genuinely care about like his community and the people around him. And I think he could be the type of person that comedy might need because it's like he has the look, he has the notoriety. So he could end up putting on a lot of different comedians. You got to think about that. When he gets to being a headliner and shit, I know he already is trying to headline, but I'm saying like actually better.
You should get a writer, co-writer or something.
Yeah, this nigga could be he could be hiring like other comedians as writers though. He could be hiring other comedians as features, like shit like that. So I think people need to stop complaining and maybe show him a little bit of love. He might hook you up,
right? Yo, actually, T.I. is hilarious.
Yeah, right. T.I. is actually the best comedian I've ever seen in my life.
I was crying.